Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put him out the pasture.
In a bombshell revelation, insiders speaking to Rolling Stone have blown the lid off the late Biggie Smalls' stormy relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, alleging that Diddy had a hand in Biggie's death to prevent him from leaving Bad Boy Records.
The threats was before we left to go to L.A. Threats that was as loose as fans of Tupac that thought the way that they thought. Threats that were fans of the West Coast in general. People that didn't like us on the East because we thought we were too much of ourselves or for ourselves. Enemies that we made along the way that definitely wanted to see us fall. And a lot. It was a noise-filled environment with that negativity coming at us. When you are looking at success and you have a lot of success coming your way, hence the song, More Money, More Problems. It was that time period. The songs were true to what was going on.
Did you have any conversations with Diddy telling him that it wasn't a good idea to go to LA?
Plenty of times. The relationship was, I was almost like an older big bro as the years went on. The ego, his success was matched by the ego. His ego was matched by the sales and his success. So he started listening less and less. I still had my powerful position. I was still easy to be fired, but he still looked on to me to be the one to do the job. I was loyal. I was trustworthy. I was there in his worst of times. On 2 or 3 different occasions, he was down and out and had to be pulled back, blown up, resuscitated, and put back in the race again. And that's Kirk Burroughs. People look at Andre Harrell and say, Andre and Diddy, that's the Hollywood story. Yes, Andre and Diddy. Andre discovered him as an intern. Andre gave him his opportunity. Those records are there at Uptown. We were fired from Uptown. You couldn't live off of that legacy that he made at Uptown. The legacy of money and wealth came from the legacy that he and I created at Bad Boy the moment we left Uptown. And I was there right by his side through those ups and downs too. And we created, through the mischief that he would cause with these decisions that didn't make sense to me or other people who might try to rein him in, you had to go along with the fact that some of the other decisions that he made on the creative side brought that money in. And in his world, I'm never wrong. Our world, we have to be cautious and take the best of these ideas, slow up the crazy stuff. And that was a lot of my job to do. And it was hard to keep him from slowing up on those things as the success kept building up, as nothing would happen. See, I told you. And then we were on to the next thing. And of course, something eventually happened.
From your point of view, you being the president of Bad Boy at that time, do you think Biggie was happy on Bad Boy? Do you think he was planning on leaving?
I feel that he was happy about his career. He was happy about the blow up. He was always on the line. He never let us feel comfortable like, oh, y'all did me right. Oh, I'm loving you guys right now. He would never give it up like that. He would always have us under pressure to keep doing it bigger and better. I honestly, when I look back on it, if he trusted Sean more, it would have been better. But he didn't trust him as much as the way Sean says they were best friends after he was dead. No, I didn't see that during the time we were working with him. I see that as an emotional cry out after he's gone. I saw him as wanting his music and everything to be right, have the number ones, and we delivered that. I think there might have been a little bit of a hole or a gap when it came time to people being friends. I think Sean wanted friendship too. He might have wanted the best friend thing, Biggie came with his friends and came with everything and was about to open up to the world with all kinds of new friends and new people. This tragic incident happened, and now he did belong to the world, but not even to us anymore. It was like he was gone, we had the music, and now we were left with his legacy. He was happy about blowing up. I can tell you he was happy about his success. He was happy about the stature that he had. I don't know if he was very happy about staying with us forever. I knew in my mind we were the best thing for him, despite whatever personality conflicts we might have had.
Biggie was reportedly on a verge of ditching Bad Boy Records before his untimely demise, but that's just the tip of this iceberg. His lawyers was locked in a fierce legal battle with Diddy to reclaim Biggie's publishing rights. Photographer Monique Bunn, who was close to Biggie, confirmed that he was indeed planning to leave Puff. Now, she stated that Biggie was absolutely about to leave Puff. Now, I know for a fact because he told me that.
Man, you could get 100 people in the room, and out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look, you gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pasture. Catch them if you can. If you the wolf, if you got that wolf in you, catch them if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album when you know not his Nimitz, but your Nimitz was just murdered by niggas that you was running with? Why would you do that? Oh, they just wanted to do business. Business my ass, man. No homo. Because you know how some of these niggas out here be thinking, right? They hear that. Keep it real, man. Why is he out there working on Puff album when you got the Hit Factory? You got Daddy's house. You got the place where Tupac was shot at, Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast? Come on, man. And then you got a half retarded ass nigga like Lil C. Big love Cali. Big wanted his publishing. Big wanted his marketing. He knew he couldn't go nowhere and be who he needed to be without it. So if Puff would have told that nigga to go to hell with gasoline draws on, that nigga would have went to hell. All money ain't good money, brother. That's my take on it, man. I don't know if you like it or not.
Another source revealed that many artists wanted to escape Diddy's grasp, saying that everybody wanted to leave Puffy. Everybody leaves him. Now, the tension between Biggie and Diddy was further exacerbated by legal battles over Biggie's publishing rights. Now, his attorneys were fighting to reclaim him from Combs, leading to a whole toxic situation.
Can I tell you a story, Killer? I don't think I ever told you this story. This is what Puff taught me. One time I walked in when I was fresh off the streets. I got signed to Bad Boy. I had these fresh Air Nikes on, and the nigga Puff had on Air Nikes too, brand new. I made a mistake and stepped on his sneaker, and the dirt was on his laces, on his white Airs. I said, man, my bad, because I had stepped in some dirt. You know, the nigga Puff came back, put his feet in the dirt, and stepped all over my sneakers. I said, yo, what are you doing? He said, my bad. I said, yo. The moral of the story is, nobody just want to hear you say you're bad.
Tragically, it all ended in Biggie's death. Now, while many chalked it up to the infamous East Coast versus West Coast feud, Diddy was never publicly accused. Until now, this explosive revelation has turned the rumor mill upside down and inside out.
There's one question.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of questions. I had a hashtag Ask Mace. The night that Biggie Small died, where were you and what did you do in the aftermath right after Biggie Small died?
Where was I? I was in a hotel. What people? That sounds like a Keefe D question.
No, they didn't say you was involved. They wanted I guess they knew everybody from Bad Boy was out there.
Oh, yeah. I was in the hotel. I was actually in a hotel with a young lady.
And when you heard this information, what was your next actions?
My next actions? After what?
When you heard Biggie died, did you stay in your hotel room? Did you leave out? Did you want to go back to New York?
I actually was trapped in a hotel.
Now I want to ask a question. What do you mean trapped?
It was about probably like 70 or so bloods in the hallway. I couldn't even leave my room.
How'd you get out?
One of the guys.
Why would it be 70 bloods in your hallway after Biggie Smalls died?
Actually, after Big got killed, they was probably looking for more Bad Boy artists. And I couldn't even leave the room till Gene Dill, the officer had to come get me.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
I was left in LA. And from that day I always said, you know what, I'm out of here.
When you say you was left, what do you mean you was left?
Like I was
Who
left.
left you?
I came there with people. I didn't leave with those people. You know how it go.
My last question on this situation, because I see you must be saving this for the book. How did you eventually get out the hotel? Where did you go when Gene came to pick you up? How'd you get back to New York or the East Coast or wherever?
To my recollection, I think we had to go to Vegas or something like that to get back to New York.
There you have it. That's where Mace was at, and that's what happened in the aftermath of Biggie Small's death.
Well,
we got info up here, Stats. Shit get crazy when it's time for the movie, nigga.
Yeah.
And no Keefe D. We ain't on no time.
That's why after that, that's why I always kept that in my mind. Like, oh yeah, this how I go. Right. When it get crazy, every man for itself.
I got your back, bro.
Yeah.
I'll take one for you. Pause, man. My nigga, man. I ain't gonna leave you.
That kind of made me the way I think. So it was kind of bad.
I got your back, man. I dig it. You know, listen, let me tell you something. When me and Mace was getting this together, Mace was coming to me like, niggas ain't gonna be playing with me. I'm like,
relax.
I said, yo, calm the fuck down. Nah, Kim, I don't know where we stand at. I said, yo, my nigga. But you gotta take into consideration to what he's been through as well. So I was like, yo, let me get this shit done so nigga ain't barking on me like that, man. I'm not like that, bro. So I dig that 100%.